Hey guys, Stitching May or Megan here to do my update video. As you know, if you're a returning visitor, this channel is about cross stitch. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you like what you see. I hope you're here for cross stitch because that's pretty much all that I show. And if you're not, then I hope you take care as you click off the video, because if you don't like cross stitch, you probably won't like this video. Anyway, I was not here last week. I'm working on a project that I can't show you. And as you can see by the title, Confessions of a Serial Starter, I lied in my last video, I don't know which one it was, but I kind of said that I didn't know that I would be starting a lot this year because I realized I had so many whips. I lied, completely lied. It was not a purposeful lie, okay? It was just a lie. I have since started 3 projects, one that I cannot show you. It's a secret stitch. And I finished one. I'm near a finish on the one that I can't show you. I'm over halfway through on it. And then I have 3 more kitted up, and I've worked on several projects. Towards the end of the video, I do have some numbers for you because I've been diligent in my journal keeping for my stitching. And then I have a neat little app to show you as well. I think since the last video, I'm pretty sure we went to the doctor at least once. You can see, because I even marked that in my video, in my thing. I think we went for a follow-up visit for... No, we had just gone to the... So we don't go back until the end... No, the beginning of next month. So we are... And that's right, we are in the clear. I've already told you that. My mother-in-law had her follow-up visit. She had an MRI and an EEG. And we go on the 10th to find out more information about that. And we just go from there. A lot of hurry up and wait. That's it on the life side. Knock on wood. That's actually sheetrock, but we'll pretend. Things seem to be kind of evening out. So that's it on the life side. Let's just jump right into the projects. The first thing I don't know where to start. Let's see. What is it that finishes, whips, and starts? Is that the order that Gary and them do it? Well, let's just do this. This is a whip and a start. Makes no sense. Of course it would be a whip and a start. This is a start and a finish. If you were in the Magical Stitches group, you know that once you reached a certain point, we were gifted a chart that was charted by the wonderful Sammy J. And I started that and I finished that. I use this for all of my extra credit homework. This is on this was a scrap piece of Sunny dies that I had. It was a solo die that was gifted to me by Chelsea Olesh. And I stitched it in the called for DMCs, which was black 310, 37.99. I don't remember all the colors. The only thing different is that I added this border, and I only added the border to where it would get me enough stitches to finish my extra credit homework. But there that is. So I don't have a progress. I don't have a before picture because it was blank, and this is what it looked like when it was finished. So there's another finish. That's 2 finishes already for this year. 3 if you count my block from Hawker and Hollow, which I'm counting each block as a finish. Because to me it's like a monthly sale, so, and it makes me feel better. So that's 3 technical finishes. 2 for sure, 3 for this year already. Which I think is half of the finishes that I had in 2019. 2019 was not a good finish year for me, which I just realized. Look guys, on my journal I put 2019 instead of 2020. I didn't make that. Okay, new start. Is that a new start? Yes, that's a new start. And I can't show you the other one. So my next new start, my second one for this video, was by Verbena Designs. I chose Flower Quaker. Some of you may know she has got a free sale going in her group, Verbena Cross Stitch. If you go to her group and you email her, you choose any of her designs off her Etsy shop, email her your choice, she will send you the pattern, and then she's just doing a sale in her group. Guys, here's the thing. Are you ready? I picked one. There's like at least 3 that I want to start. Not counting the freebies that are also in her group, within her group. She's Verbena, Verbena cross stitch. And she is on Etsy and she is on Facebook. I'll put a link below to her store. So this is the one I chose for her style. This is Flower Quaker. So this is coming off, my printer is horrible. It's almost out of ink. This is coming off a lot more pink and green than it really will be. That was not easy for me to say. And of course I don't have a before picture because this is a new start. These are the color, this is the colorway. It's actually in this mauvey purpley color, which is amazing. And then the funny thing is that this color right here is not one that I would normally call purple. But when you stitch it with these other colors, it comes out really purple. And then again, same thing with the 640. When you look at this like out of the thing, which is coming out a lot more green there. There we go. It looks like this really weird beige tan color. That's not green enough. But then when you stitch on it and you get it near the other colors and you get it on the fabric, it looks really green. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed by her color choices. These are not colors I would have normally chosen. In fact, I had picked out some pinks with it instead. Some more flowery pink, like rose colors. And I showed them to my husband. And he's like, I kind of like the purple. And I was like, so do I. So, that's the colorway. I'm stitching this on random butchel fabric that I had, 32 count. I think this is cocoa, maybe, light cocoa. I don't know. It was gifted to me. And this is my current position on this chart. I used this for magical stitches, stitch on something with a flower for the royal wedding, and then also in daily 30 for stitch on something with a plant. Guys, I did not have an itchy nose or itchy throat until I touched the camera. And as soon as I touched the camera, the throat started itching, I started coughing, and my nose started running and itching. I'm allergic to y'all. I do believe I have an allergy. Get some of my drink. So, on another project for magical stitches, I had to work on. So I'm being good in conserving paper. I printed out the PDF of that pattern. But I had printed some of Sammy's PDFs for her trackers. And somehow my printer was set up on the zoom in function. So like none of it fit on the paper. So I printed the pattern on the opposite side so that I'm not wasting paper. And in fact, I've got another one that I printed off. Printed on the back of an old pattern. I'm trying to save paper. That'll be my pile. Okay, I had to stitch 100 stitches on something in red or blue because the Queen's favorite color is red and Snow White's favorite color is blue. So I chose to work on Connie Gee Designs Wish Upon a Star. I'll insert a picture here of what it will look like when I'm finished. And then I'll also insert a picture of what it will look like or where I was the last time I worked on it. This is available in her Etsy shop as well, and I will link below to that. So this is stitched for in the called for colors. I exchanged a blue. I think I'm using 517 and it calls for 3822. Let me make sure that's right. Let's try this again. I'm using 517 and it calls for 3842. And this is where I currently am. This is a fun one to stitch. It's easy. just to kind of keep up with. As you can see, I stitched on this blue border right here while my husband and I were binge watching a new TV show. Guys, we were binge watching Ozark. He had begged me and begged me and begged me to watch Ozark with him. I was like, I'm just not into it. Just not into the whole guys making stupid choices and type of movie show. And finally I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch it. I can stitch. It'll feel like I'm watching a show. And then I got hooked. The show is amazing. So now we are binge watching the show that I picked, because we try to take turns. Usually we only make it halfway through whatever I pick, because it's too chick flick-ish for him, and he gets bored. We tried to watch You. I liked the show You. He didn't. But right now we are binge watching a show called 60 Days In. Oh my goodness. It is a reality TV show. It's about a different prisons that invite people to volunteer to come into the prison. The staff doesn't know, and the other inmates do not know that you were there and that you were innocent, that you don't really have any charges against you. So it's putting non-criminals in with criminals, some, you know, and it's just showing how people adjust. Also, they're using the goal of the show is to look for corrupt guards, look for ways to improve the prison, ways to because it's people who aren't there to have to stay there. So they're helping say, hey, you could do better. Like, one of the people's opinions, there's not enough for people to do. If you maybe had some classes and things like that, you know, there wouldn't be idle hands, which then get in more trouble. So anyway, it's really interesting. It's kind of funny, just to see how the way different people react. It's an amazing show. We are so addicted to it. This last season, there was an officer that went in, a guy that is aspiring to be an officer. There was a kindergarten teacher, and and then there was a stay-at-home mom, a guy that the mom was trying to keep him out of trouble, and then a social worker. So, and then I don't remember, and a guy that wants to be a prison guard. So it's just anybody from all walks of life. If you like that kind of thing, I definitely recommend the show. It's great. Sorry, that is not what you were here for. Complete rabbit hole. The show is amazing though. And then I also had to stitch for extra credit, for January's extra credit. I had to stitch on a show while watching one of 4 movies, Disney movies that had to do with Canada. We chose Bambi. I worked on my Nordic Yuletide #1 from Just Cross Stitch August 2014. I'll try to remember to insert a color picture of what this looks like. This is designed by Summer House Stitchworks, which I did not realize this, but now you can buy this in a pamphlet. It's just called Nordic Yuletide, and there's several ornaments within the pamphlet. I think you can get it 123 Stitch. You can Google it and find it. And it's by Summer House Stitchworks. And it does include this ornament and several others. So this is what this ornament will look like when it's finished. It's got the little Quaker flowers and then the little designs along with it. This was stitched in gold and white. I chose not to do gold and white. I am using some DMC Etoile, whatever you're supposed to say, however you're supposed to say that word. It's got a little bit of sparkle shimmer to it. This is the burgundy red and kind of the huntery green, rather than the bright red and bright green. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head because I'm horrible. I didn't save the stickers. This is where I was before. Guys, I did a whole 77 stitches on this, and you can't even really tell. This is where I am now. I will stitch this a second time down here. And I'll do it opposite with the flowers green and then the extras red. And then I will stitch this together to make it an ornament. That is my plan. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition. Fruition? Is that right there? We'll see if I stick to my plan. And this is a bag that she gifted me. All my others are just in the Amazon bags that I had to buy more of, mind you, which I found a really good link. Most of the links that I found were like 20 bags for $18. I found a set that was 36 bags for $17.99. I can't really link to it though because you know Amazon, they change their prices based on demand. But when you search for them, make sure you check all the prices because sometimes you can find cheaper ones. And I actually sat down and like did the math and I was like, okay, how much is this per bag? Less than 50 cents a bag. I'm kind of scattered today. I'm sorry. I'm in a good mood though, and usually when I'm in a good mood, I'm very scattered. The next thing I worked on, other than the thing that I can't show you, is I worked on my the Village of Hawk Run Hollow. Now, I'm pretty sure that I showed you last time that I finished. Let's see, did I show you that I finished this? Or when did I finish this? Nope, I had not finished my block 1 of Hawk Run Hollow on my last. See, I'm keeping up with my journal and that helps. So, the last time I showed this to you, this is what it will look like when it's finished. I'm doing this as part of the Virtual Stitchers Hawk Run Hollow Stitch Along. And I want to finish 1 block per month is my goal. I barely eked it in and I'm kind of worried about this month. Anyway, I have now started block 2. This is where I was the last time I showed you. Here is the finished block 1. I am doing this in the called for DNC, and this is just on a, I know it's virtual. I know a lot of people don't like the virtual fabric because it's stiff. I don't mind it. I'll take all the virtual fabric. It's a 32 count, and I'm stitching it 2 over 2. I don't think this is lamb's wool. I think this is lighter than the lamb's wool fabric. But there that is. And then I started working on block 2, which all I've worked on is the border. I needed 100 stitches on something that I would not eat. And this in the pattern somewhere are horses, and I don't eat horse meat. Won't get into all that, but I don't. I plan to work on this some more for some of the resort challenges and magical stitches, because all that is left is to work on. I have to work on 100 stitches in something with beads, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to work on Lady of the Flag for that, because Sammy J told me to. I was like, I don't know what to work on that has beads, and she was like, Lady of the Flag. This is in my Momly bag. This is the one that she made for, I think this was her Lindy Stitches bag. The one she made for Emily's house for Lindy Stitches. Oops. So Hawk Run Hollow has so many colors that what I do is I have a big box that will have all of the colors of Hawk Run Hollow in it. And then I kit up each box or each block each month and put it in my bag. And then the others are sitting to the side because otherwise there's like 60, 50, 60 colors in this thing. Okay, that's it for progress. I will tell you that since my last video, I marked it on my calendar. Let me add that number up. I'm getting there. Hang on. Sorry. Should have added this up before ahead of time. I finished 3,836 stitches. Wait, no. I have more than that because last night. No, that's it. Yes, 3,836 stitches since my last video. In January, I had a total of 6,364 stitches. 6,364 stitches. In the month of January, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days with 0 stitching. So I'm doing pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days with 0 stitches. So all of those 6,000 stitches were done over all those other days. I had the highest number of stitches I got in was 622 stitches. And that was on a marathon night when I was working on The Strength by Sammy J. So there that is. So each month I'm trying to I mark when I do my Flosstube video, and then that way I can keep up with how many stitches I've done since the last video. And then each day I mark how many stitches I do, and then I keep up with the monthly total. Actually, I keep up with the weekly total and then a monthly total. It's bad, guys. It's so bad. So anyway, plans. I guess plans are next. So I got kind of swept up in it all. Last year, I planned with Sarah. I cannot think of her Flosstube. No, Sarah's King. Sarah Fish. I'll put a link to her video below. She's one of the virtual stitchers. And she had shown this Cinnamon Stars in her haul. And I was like, oh, I wanted to start that. And she said that she was going to start it the next year. And we decided to start it together. So Virtual Stitchers did a month-long start, or a month-long sale, in Virtual Stitchers on Cinnamon Stars by the Plum Street Samplers. Totally forgot about it. And this was when I was still saying, oh, I'm not going to do that when you start. And I had just started the strength pattern, or finished the Sammy J strength, you know. FOMO kicked in. And I've got until the end of the month, because it's a month-long sale. So I'm going to start this on the 29th. Therefore, I'm doing my Leap Into a New Year for Virtual Stitchers. And I'm doing my Fulfilling My Sale with Sarah and working on Cinnamon Stars. I felt so bad because it was my idea. However, I had been bad on the haul recently, because I still have more stuff coming. And I didn't want to have to kit up the rest of the colors, because I only had like 10 of them and it calls for like 21. So I sat down in my floor with my coloring cotton and I pulled out more colors. Some of these are the called for colors. Some of them are not. I can just show you. I got Mulberry, which is a called for. I used Coal in place of Raven. Simmons called for. I got it written down somewhere. Heirloom Gold. Anyway, you don't care about all that. They're colors. They're all autumnal. If you do care, message me or email me and I'll give you my actual conversion. I don't know that you can get all of the coloring cottons anymore, because some of hers are no longer available, because I'm one of the ones that she calls me, she said I was an OG one time in one of our messages because I was looking for a color, and she doesn't make it anymore. And she said maybe you can check some of my other OG subscriptions, because I've been in her group for a while. And that was also kind of my thing, that when I started looking to get these fancy flosses, I was like, I've got all these coloring cottons. I'm just collecting them. Yes, they're beautiful. Yes, they're my treasures, but I can't just collect them. So I actually started kitting stuff up with them. So there that is. I will start this. Oh, and the fabric is just 32 count. I'm going to do mine 32 count over 2. Excuse me. I thought this was 36 count, and I was excited because I was going to do 36 count over 1. Then I started looking at this 32 count. It's just a plain old piece of fabric. I don't even know the colorway. But that'll be that. I'm going to start that on the 29th. Then, because I kept putting it off and kept putting it off. And I realized that if I didn't go ahead and kit it up, that I was going to wait until the last minute. And then I was going to do the same thing that I did with Cinnamon Stars, that I hadn't had it kitted up, and I wouldn't be able to start it in time. And I saw that Emily had mentioned my Sal, and so had Ellen. I have pieces everywhere. So I was like, I better go ahead and kit mine up as well. Oh, I don't have the fabric for this one. No, I am going to order the fabric for this one. I went ahead and kitted up my Jeanette Douglas Vintage Birds. Somebody said, Mayday Sal, Mayday Sal. Sarah Shears made it, I just love your flappy ways. That's why I'm so broke and you're so paid as a hashtag. Her hashtag game is on point. Sarah Stitches. Oh, so I have two Sarahs, and that's why I'm getting them mixed up. I think that's her YouTube name. I'll have to find her. I'll have to link to her too. But anyway, this was my birthday Sal. Again, the one that I am doing is Vintage Birds. There is an entire collection of the vintage kits. There's vintage Quakers, vintage stars, and vintage flowers. Any Jeanette Douglas is fine. I'm not, I'm not picky. And these are the colors that I chose for this piece. Let me get them out so you can see them better without a glare. I did not put these on a ring because there are so many different brands in here that it's ridiculous. Guys, this took me so long. I have from Dinky Dyes to Color and Cotton to DMC in this. The colors are crazy. I did not realize there were this many colors when I chose this piece. I apologize to those of you that are doing the piece with me. Look at this. Look at all these crazy, beautiful colors. It took me way too long. My back was hurting from sitting on the floor. They're the DMCs. Just crazy colors. But it was fun. I messaged Emily. Drove her a little crazy. Had to get ready some reassurance. Even called in Connor. Every single one is a conversion. And again, if you want my conversion, let me know and I will give it to you. Some of them are Carrie's Creations though. And again, I don't know if you can get those. And then some of them are Color and Cottons. I don't know if they have anymore. I'm a lot of help, aren't I? The way I did this is I sat down in the floor with the called for list. I looked. They do have a DMC alternate. Some of them are blends. I would look at that on my little board. On my little, I got the little DMC card with the threads on it. And then I would pull that color. And then I would look at the color that was on here. Because some of them are so different than the picture. And I wanted it a little more on the picture. And then I would also pull up the actual color that it called for. So it was crazy. So that's my other planned start. I told you I had 3. One of them will be tonight, probably. The third one, I blame Ellen and Emily and Sarah. So Ellen did her video this last time, and she said that she was doing a Sal. And Ellen is doing my birthday Sal. So that means I have to do her Sal, right? That's the way this works. Then, so I was already on the fence about doing the Sal. And then Emily posted that she was doing it. And I was already sitting in front of my floss that was strewn everywhere. And I was like, I might as well do it because, if Ellen does it, I have to do it. And that's only fair to, to join in with Ellen. And then it's so pretty and it's for a good cause. And then Sarah's hashtag, Baby's Got Outback, was perfect. So my camera decided I had talked for plenty long enough, and it just turned off on me. Anyway, I don't know exactly where I got. So I think I was to Sarah's hashtag being baby's got Outback before my camera so rudely interrupted me. Anyway, that tag, Emily starting it and Ellen starting it, and me feeling as I owed it to Ellen to do her sal as well. I purchased the Hands Across the Sea Sarah Jane Marshall charity piece, charity sampler. All the money will go to fire brigades in Australia. Added an extra R there. And so I jumped in on it. It went to a good cause. I had so many enablers. However, I'm not stitching it as called for. I'll insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like here. I did hold up my phone, but my phone did the weird blinky thing because it's a camera, and that's about the time it turned off. I am stitching it on the other section of my 32 count that I'm stitching the Verbena cross stitch on. And this time I had no rhyme or reason. I literally went through my color and cotton and then some Curious Creations and said, ooh, I like this color, I like this color, I like this color. I picked out, I needed 11 colors. I picked out way more than that, then narrowed them down, and I'm stuck at 12. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch and either somehow include the 12th one or weed one out as I go. Guys, I am really excited about this one. That's not going to work. Let's do this. Again, my cards are all different sizes, so I couldn't put it on a ring. Haha, this is working. These are my colors. This is my fabric. Very jewel tone-ish. Got some dark blues, some dark reds, some oranges, a dark green. All kind of lovely, yummy, exciting colors. And I didn't ask anybody's opinion on this one. This one was all... I lied. I completely lied. I lie a lot, apparently. I lied about Nude Start. I did ask Sammy J's opinion about a yellow. I had two different golds, and I couldn't decide on the gold. I knew I needed a gold, but I couldn't decide between the two. And I was leaning towards this gold, but I had another one that I liked, and we both agreed that the other one was too yellow for these. So I did ask an opinion. That will be started tonight. I will use this one for after I do my 100 stitches on the one with the bead for Magical Stitches, the beads. I will then use this one for all of my resort challenges for Magical Stitches. My belly's growling. We're going out with some friends tonight to do, my son and I are going out with one of his friends and his friend's mom for dinner. So, okay, and that leads me with haul. Guys, I had done so good for so long. We weren't home. I didn't know when we were home, so I wasn't ordering stuff. I had Christmas money, and then I just ordered extra. I decided that some of this isn't Christmas money. It's just because money. Therefore, I still have my Christmas money to spend. What time is it? I gotta get my kid. So, the first thing that I have in haul, I got this a while back ago. Lost the pattern in the couch. Found it in the couch. I got this off Stash Unload. French Country Designs. This is French Country Love by JBW Designs. I don't remember. Somebody showed this on the video and I fell in love with it and wanted it. But I was like, no, I don't need it. And then it was on Stash and Load and I was like, okay, fine, I gotta have it. So, there that one is. And this one will be one that I start this year for the leap into the new year on some 29th. It was going to be this month. It was going to be last month, and then that was Strength. And then it was going to be, no, that was the one I can't show you. And then it was going to be this month, and that was going to end up being Cinnamon Stars. So I'll do this at some point. Maybe my anniversary month. And then Dames of the Needle, friend of Dames of the Needle. She sells stuff randomly on her Facebook page. She also has an Etsy shop. I'll link to it below as well. Showed this, and I just had to have it. I just had to have it. It is Cardinal Points Chart Pack. So this was charted by Long Dog Samplers for the Gentle Arts. I think it was in memory. I don't know if it was in memory or just for the mom of the dyer of the Gentle Art threads. And I think it went out of print for a while. And then people loved it and they started reprinting it. I'm not 100% sure. And then, so Edith got a little, I think they mistakenly sent these charts to her. And she was going to send them back, but then decided just to see if anybody was interested beforehand. And there were a lot of interest in these. I fell in love with it because of the cardinal and because of the dragonflies in the corner. See the little bitty dragonflies, and then there's a cardinal. And it says, the gentle art of a needle woman lies embodied in her work. And that's probably the only thing gentle or dainty that I do is my, otherwise I'm usually like a bull in a china shop. Ask my husband. Only been through like 3 phones in the last 6 months. I don't want to talk about that. I had a phone for all of 10 days. 10 days! Don't want to talk about it. And then I was also enabled by, oh, I can see her face. I cannot tell you her name. She was showing some of her old finishes, and she showed this quilt sampler. And I had to have it. And I got on eBay and found this for like $1.50, I want to say, $2.50. And it's got 2 charts. It's got the American quilts, which I will change the colors. I think I'm going to do more turquoise and browns. And then it also has the American weaving. Why will this not? There we go. Now it's going to focus. This is made by Grandma's Heirlooms. It's called Victoria's Garden. Copyright is in. There's the old logo. I don't know that you can get it there anymore. That was really bright. Sorry. Copyright. It doesn't have a copyright. I'm sure it's copyrighted. I don't have a date on it there. But got that. And then, of course, Stash Unload. Olivia B. was destashing. And I got some I did well. There were like 6 things that I wanted. And it was in the middle of having to deal with the phone company. And some frustration. And there were all the things that I wanted. And I only got 2. I'm so proud of myself. I got this gray butchled fabric. It's the stiff fabric that some people don't like. I like the stiff fabric, but I love this gray color. Guys, absolutely love it. And then I got this wonderful Carriage House Samplers chart. Quaker medallion sampler. Guys, oh my gosh. That is like, that touches on my Quaker love and my mandala love. Love it. And my Kathy Barrick love. So many things. And it's charted for NPS, needlepoint silks, and DMC. I won't use the needlepoint silks. I'll use the DMC because needlepoint silks are solid. I don't know what I'll stitch this on. I have no, this is because I loved it. Who knows? And then, of course, I got my January. My goodness, this Ziploc bag defeats me. It's ridiculous. I got my monthly installment of my Color and Cottons Emerald City. Very true to color. Sedona. Very true to color. King's Blue Light. This one's gonna blow it out. Jack-o'-lantern. Nope, it's true to color. Little fuzz balls everywhere. And then egg yolk. And that is that not that is so egg yolk. Like, so egg yolk. Stop focusing on my ugly mug and focus on the, there we go. And then I have other stuff coming. It's my Valentine's Day present. In my defense, my husband and I were both looking at that. Well, I had already purchased mine. And he was looking at an item that he wants for something else completely different. And he's like, but it costs this much, it costs this much, it costs this much. I was like, just get it. Get the color you want to. Don't shortcut color just because, you know, it's whatever. So then he got it, and he looked at the bank, and he checked the bank account to make sure everything was like that it went through and everything. He's like, what is this purchase for this much? It's the same amount. I was like, yeah, that was mine. So I used his purchase to help justify my stitchy purchase. It's nothing, I mean, it's nothing surprising. It's just the Spring Quakers bundle from Crazy Annie's. Because I have to. I have the fall and the winter. I have to have all of them, right? So we were sitting there. I was like, how about this? Spring Quakers will be my Valentine's gift. And then the item that you purchased will be your Valentine's Day gift. And that's it. Like, no kidding, no lies, no secrets. We will not purchase anything else for Valentine's Day. He's like, okay. I was like, okay. And like he called me last night. He's like, from work. He's like, so you really aren't getting me anything for Valentine's Day, right? I was like, no, really, I'm not. He's like, because I don't want to not get you. So I'm like, no, we have each other's gifts. I might get you a card because I want, you know, my son to learn to do that. But that's it. So guys, that's everything. My alarm is about to go off so I can to remind me to go get my son. It's not that I had to remember to go get my son. I had to remember the time to go get my son. I plan to work on tonight. Again, I'm going to work on Hawker and Hollow, and then the one that I can't show you at some point for next week, plans, not all tonight. I'm going to continue to work on the one that I can't show you. I'll be able to show you that soon. It's a gift for somebody that I know watches my channel, so I don't want them to see that. And then I'm going to work on Hawker and Hollow block, because I got to finish that this month to keep up with my goal. And then I'm going to start the Hands Across the Sea, Baby's Got Outback Sal. And then eventually, but I'll do a video before, surely I'll do a video before the 29th. So that's everything, guys. As always, thank you for putting up with me for this long. My camera turned off for me, and that's not normal for me. But the last video, I didn't have enough to show you because it was mostly on that project that I couldn't show you. Anyway. Oh, on a side note, Emily showed her Stitch Fix box, and she had the mustard yellow sweater. I have the same sweater in cranberry red. And the funny thing is, when I pulled this out of the box, I was like, I told them I don't wear red. I'm a redhead. I can't wear red. It makes me look sick and pale. So they sent me this, and the stylist even put, I know that you don't wear red, but this isn't exactly red. Guys, this is one of my favorite sweaters now. And the shirt, see if I can get a picture. Actually, this entire outfit is Stitch Fix. The shirt is Stitch Fix. I love it because it's loose at the top to where it's not too tight, but then fitted to the bottom to where it shows, you know, that I am different. And then my jeans, can't see my jeans, but they fit too. I'm addicted to Stitch Fix. You should get in now. Say, Emily's got some kind of crazy thing where you get a $100 credit. Check out her number. I don't know how that works. They didn't offer that to me. I wish I could go back and start then and get the $100 off. Because that's like an entire outfit. Anyway, as always guys, take care, happy stitching, and thanks for watching.